My father's will. The morning was bright when my father's will was read. The sun slipped through the windows of our old family house, touching the wooden chairs and the clay pots that stood proudly in the corner. The air was filled with both silence and expectation. My father had been a simple man, but his wisdom was deep. He always said, "A man's true worth is not in the size of his farm or the gold in his chest, but in the peace he leaves behind." I did not fully understand those words when he was alive, but the day his lawyer unrolled the will, those words began to shine in my heart. We were 4 children, my eldest brother Connor, who was proud and often quick to argue, my sister Busy, gentle but always worried about fairness, my younger brother Sola, playful and carefree, and me, the quiet one who often watched instead of speaking. As the lawyer cleared his throat, we leaned closer. Each of us wondered what part of father's property would come our way. Would it be the farmland? The big mango grove? Or perhaps the small house by the stream that father loved so much? But the will did not begin with property. Instead, the lawyer read father's words. "My children, if you are hearing this, it means I have gone to rest. Do not cry too long. Remember, I lived a full life, and I leave you not only land and houses but lessons to guide you. Listen with your hearts, not just with your ears." The lawyer paused. For the first time, my proud brother Connor leaned back and folded his arms, pretending not to care. But I saw his eyes flicker. The will continued. "To Connor, my first son, I leave the farmland. But remember, land without kindness is only soil. Treat the workers as your friends, not your servants, and the land will feed you and your children." Connor's face softened. He had always been strong, but father's words seemed to remind him that strength without kindness could make a man lonely. To Busy, my only daughter, I leave the small house by the stream. It is not the biggest, but it is filled with peace. Fill it with laughter, and let it be a place where family members who are tired from the world may come to rest. Busy smiled through her tears. That house had always been her favorite place, and father knew it. To Sola, my younger son, I leave my set of drums. You may not think it is much, but music can heal a heart faster than riches. Play them with joy, and never forget that happiness is a gift worth sharing. Sola's eyes widened. He had always loved beating those drums when father sat under the tree to listen. He nodded, almost whispering, "Thank you, Papa." Then the lawyer turned to the final part. My heart raced. What would father leave for me? And to my quiet child, who watches more than he speaks, I leave the Iroko chair in the compound. It is where I sat to think, to dream, and to listen. Guard it well. And remember, your gift is wisdom. Use it not to judge but to guide. A family needs peace, and peace often comes from the one who listens. At first, I felt a little disappointed. A chair. Compared to farmland, a house, or even drums, it seemed small. But as I looked at the chair in my mind, I remembered how father would sit there in the evenings, calling us to share stories, asking about our day, or simply smiling as mother cooked nearby. That chair was not just wood. It was the heart of our family. After the will was read, we sat in silence. None of us argued. None of us fought. Instead, we remembered father's words. Connor walked to me and said, "Perhaps you should be the one to keep us together. You have his chair, after all." I smiled. "I will try. But remember, it is not the chair, it is us. If we live with love, Father's spirit will remain with us." And from that day, things changed. Connor worked hard on the farm but treated the workers kindly. Busy opened her little house to cousins and travelers, filling it with laughter as father had wished. Sola played his drums at village festivals, making both children and elders dance with joy. And I, with father's chair, listened whenever my siblings had troubles. Years later, people in the village would say, "That family lives in peace." Their father must be smiling from the other side. And indeed, I believe he was. Moral of the story. True inheritance is not in land, money, or property, but in the lessons, peace, and love a parent leaves behind. What we carry in our hearts is greater than anything we hold in our hands.